everybody, and welcome to Shelly's Everyday Prepping Adventures. I'm out for a little walk on the farm. I wanted to talk about something. I had spoke to my dad about his crops, and we used to be dairy farmers, as I've told many of you, and now we do grain crops. We do corn and soybeans. So I don't know if you guys know how this works, but farming is a gamble. You're gambling on the weather, you're gambling on so many different things, and this is one thing that they gamble on. So when they do their figuring, and they figure how much they're going to produce, and then they go to the grain places and wherever they would go, and they contract. They make a contract for so many bushel of corn and so many bushel of soybeans, and they contract them at they wait until they get up there as high as they think they're going to get. So like I said, it's a gamble. Could go higher after you've contracted, but it might not. So this year, my dad contracted his soybeans for $14.85 a bushel. And he didn't contract everything he planned on growing because you're gambling with the weather. Will the weather cooperate? Will my crop be as good as it should? Because, let me explain, if you contract a certain amount, you are obligated to provide that certain amount, okay? So if your crops fail, if the weather doesn't cooperate or something happens and you don't have, I'm just throwing out a number, 500 bushels. I know it's more than that, but say you don't have 500 bushels that you contracted at $14.85. Well, you have to go and buy it from someone else to fill your contract, okay? So he contracted his corn at $7 a bushel, okay? And he did not contract all that he was growing. He just contracted a portion of it. It's kind of protection. So he was telling me that he called the grain mill and talked to them, and prices have dropped. So he contracted his soybeans for $14.85, but now they're only $10. You can only get $10. The corn he contracted, as I said, at $7, and now it's down to $5. So he made out pretty well by contracting, as long as everything holds up. The weather holds up. We're in Maryland, so every now and again we can get hurricanes. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes they can come up the Chesapeake Bay and they can hit us pretty hard. I know one year we were hit in September by a hurricane. I can't remember the name of it. It was in the 90s. And what happened was we were out of electric in places in our county for over 2 weeks. We went without electric here for almost a week. Now, we didn't technically go without electric. We have generators and backups and all that stuff, and it's one of the things that taught me, to be prepared. We didn't run the generators all the time because, of course, we wanted to save the fuel. But, so we had a hurricane, and luckily it didn't really destroy any of our crops. It was mostly flooding and different things, like I said, in different parts of the county, we had, it hit us worse. So there's always a chance of that kind of stuff happening. I have to be honest with you, right now, everything looks wonderful. Our corn is quite high and it's tasseled. It looks like we're going to have a really nice crop this year. And the soybeans are looking about the same. Now, it has stayed wet here a lot. It's rained a lot, which is something I mean, it's great, I guess, for the crops, but my garden got waterlogged and my flowers got waterlogged, but everything seemed to the flowers, they got waterlogged and then they dried out and then they got waterlogged. It was just a crazy mess. But anyway, so I wanted to show you the corn. I'm walking up here and I wanted to show you our corn. This is the edge of our cornfield here. I'm going to go over here and stand by it. Hopefully I don't step on a snake. Ew. I have one in my shop. That's another story, but here you go. So this is standing by the corn. It's pretty tall. I'm 5'5", so I don't know. It's up there pretty good, but it's looking good. It's doing well, and with all things working together, everything, it should be a good crop. But again, being a farmer is a gamble. It's a gamble in so many ways. Anyway, yeah, we've been working in the garden. We've been harvesting cucumbers. We've been harvesting some squash, some zucchinis, and beans. And this is the first year in a couple years that I've actually grown a whole lot of different things. Usually I stick to just the same stuff that I, every year, but I wanted to try something different. So we're trying a few different things that we've tried before. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about the snake. So in my shop used to be the parlor where we milked the cows. My husband went in and renovated it. Excuse me, got a tickle in my throat. He went in and renovated it, and he put in this closet. The other day, one of my nephews walked in there, and he's like, "There's a snake. Oh my God, it's a snake." And on the shelf, there was this black snake. Here, let me see if I can get this peacock. Oh, he gonna run from me. It's about time for them to lose their tails. They grow them and lose them in February and August. Anyway, so get back to the snake. Goodness, excuse me. So it was laying on the shelf, and everybody was kind of freaking out. I was like, whatever, it's a black snake. It's going to keep the mice away. My husband went and looked at it, and he's like, that thing's probably 5-6 foot long. I'm like, just leave it there. We'll shut the door and let the snake do its business. It's not going to bother us. The other day, a couple days after that, I had to walk in there to get something, and laying on the floor right in front of the door, after you walk in, he's still in the closet. Now the closet goes out to another room, so he can get out. He got in somehow, apparently. Anyway, there's his skin where he had shed his skin, and it was quite long. Now, I have cats in my shop, and they keep wanting to get out there. I don't know if they want to get to the snake or what, but I'd prefer that the snake just, stay out there and eat mice and help me out, because it's an old barn, so we do get mice in the wintertime. Anyhow, I just wanted to tell you about the crops and how the prices have dropped, and it just goes to show somebody is making money, but it's not the farmers. I promise you that. It is not the farmers. So keep on doing whatever it is you're doing. Be ready for whatever's coming, and I hope you like, share, and subscribe to this video. To this channel. This is Shelly's Everyday Prepping Adventures, and I'll see you in the next video.